Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you. We love you. All the way.
More than betrayed. Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
Well, you should have listened to us. Oh, Lord, yeah. When you had an opportunity to stay. Oh, yeah. We can't hear your cries now. Oh, Lord, yeah. And they really won't hear it when you get to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, yeah. You should have been now anti-blackness. Oh, Lord, yeah. But you should have listened to the 92%. Oh, Lord, we can't help you now. Ooh, yeah. You should have listened to the 92. Oh, yeah, yeah. But your hatred of black women got you sent back. Ooh, yeah, yeah. They can't hear you in Guantanamo Bay. Oh, Lord, I don't wish no harm on you. Oh, yeah, yeah. But you wish harm on yourself. Oh, Lord. Dry your eyes. Dry your eyes. Dry your eyes. Gonna do you no good. He was a liar. You didn't listen. Your anti-blackness got you sent back. I wish you well. Oh, Lord, yeah. I wish you well. How you feel about Trump now? Do you believe him?
Hello guys, and welcome to the J Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about how Venezuelans who voted for Trump are now facing deportation after he revoked their TPS status. And yes, the same man they backed is now turning his policies against them. And guess what? A big part of why they supported him in the first place was rooted in anti-blackness. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps YouTube recommend it to a wider audience. And now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let's watch a few clips on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary.
So to all the Venezuelans that supported that man, I have a question for you. How is it that you took the time to flee your country because of a dictator, just to come to another country and support another one? And then you're surprised and feel betrayed when they do dictatorship? Yeah, bye.
Imagine waking up to find that your legal status in the US has vanished overnight. This just happened. The Trump administration today has revoked TPS status for over 600,000 Venezuelans, stripping them of deportation protections and work permits. There are two different groups of Venezuelans affected by this new development. More than 300,000 with the TPS expiring in April 2025 now face terrifying reality of deportation in just 60 days. Another 250,000 with the TPS setting to expire in September of this year could also be forced to leave sooner than expected. Without a pending immigration case like marriage green card case or asylum application filed within 1 year of U.S. arrival, many will have no way to avoid expedited removal. This is life-altering decision.
Who even have legal status, who've done it the correct way, who've applied in their country, who are being persecuted, whatever the story might be. Trump's saying no, because those folks poison the blood. Isn't that what I said? NPR reporting the Trump administration is revoking a Biden-era extension for temporary protected status, or TPS, for Venezuelans. A move that removes the work authorization. So work authorization, I don't know if she said that her husband was work or maybe school or athletics. The work authorization for hundreds of thousands of immigrants and makes them eligible for deportation. And this is what Trump indicated he was going to do. And so many people thought, no, but it's not gonna be me. Because surely the dehumanization doesn't carry over to me. And here's an example of a man whose wife has been deported.
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man, who wished not to be identified, says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything was good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
ICE reports nearly 1,000 raids in the country on Sunday alone, which is up from just under 300 on Saturday. Here at the detention center in Miramar, things have been quiet for several hours, but we will continue to monitor this situation and bring you the developing news on raids in South Florida as they happen.
Right. And so then going back to the first video that we watched, this is the argument we've been making, which often I should say, causes the hang-up, which is that whenever we get into immigration negotiations, even though that one time the border security thing was really what Republicans wanted, they still slapped it down because they didn't want Biden to get a win. But on other, like when Biden initially came into office and had his immigration reform package that was slapped down by Republicans, the thing that happens is we say, yeah, let's do enhancements to our border. Let's invest more in sort of what you would call enforcement. Fine. We do want a logistically sound and secure border, but we need to pair that with a comprehensive approach as it pertains to some of the more systemic problems with the system.
Over 600,000 Venezuelans are in fear of getting deported after some news came out today. The Secretary of Homeland Security confirmed the news. She has rescinded an 18-month extension of temporary protected status, or TPS, for Venezuelans.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What is TPS and why does it matter? TPS stands for Temporary Protected Status. It's a program that allows people from certain countries, usually those dealing with war, natural disasters, or severe crises, to stay in the US legally. For Venezuelans, this was a lifeline. Their country had been in crisis for years: economic collapse, political unrest, human rights violations, you name it. So in 2021, the Biden administration granted Venezuelans TPS, allowing them to live and work legally in the US without fear of deportation. But now, Trump's administration has decided to end deportation protection for over 350,000 Venezuelan migrants. The very people who cheered for him are now feeling the heat. Now, why did so many Venezuelans support Trump despite his harsh immigration policies? Well, one major reason is that a lot of them bought into the whole Trump is tough on socialism narrative. They saw what happened to their country under Maduro's rule and assumed that anything labeled socialism was the enemy. Trump played into this fear, calling Democrats socialists and communists, and many Venezuelans ate it up. But let's be real, there was another reason too. anti-blackness. Let's not sugarcoat it. There's a deep anti-black sentiment in the Venezuelan community, just like in many other Latin American groups. A lot of Venezuelans see themselves as quote-unquote white, or at least not black, and that influences how they vote. Many of them align with conservative values because they want to distance themselves from anything perceived as black culture. They've absorbed the idea that blackness is associated with crime, poverty, and instability. And so when Trump pushed racist dog whistles, they nodded along. They also looked at movements like Black Lives Matter and dismissed them. Instead of seeing the fight for racial justice, they saw chaos and destruction. And when Trump called those protesters thugs, many Venezuelans co-signed it without realizing they were also signing their own deportation orders. So fast forward to now, and the reality is hitting hard. Trump has made it clear that Venezuelans under TPF are not safe. Think about the irony. The same Venezuelans who said, we need to keep the US strong, we don't want open borders, are the ones begging for protections. They thought Trump was only going after other immigrants. They assumed their good immigrant status would protect them. But Trump doesn't care. To him, an immigrant is an immigrant, and now Venezuelans are getting a taste of the very policies they supported. It's the classic case of, I didn't think the monster will come for me. But that's the thing about supporting oppressive policies. Eventually, they turn on you. So what's the lesson here? If you're an immigrant, don't vote for anti-immigrant politicians, thinking they'll make an exception for you. Trump's base doesn't care about Venezuelans, Cubans, or any other acceptable immigrant group. And to my Venezuelans brothers and sisters, this is a moment of reckoning. It is a time to unlearn the anti-blackness that made so many of you vote against your own interests. Because here's the truth. Oppressors don't care about your skin tone if you weren't born here. So to summarize, at the end of the day, what's happening to Venezuelans under TPS is a harsh wake-up call. It's exposing the contradictions, the misplaced loyalty, and the racism that fueled some of their voting decisions. So I would love to hear your comments. Do you feel bad for these Venezuelans? Or is this a play stupid games, win stupid prizes situation? Let me know in the comments. I also have another video on blacks for Trump who are standing 10 toes down and say they regret nothing about their vote. So if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.